Good evening, Uthara ji.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, wish you warm welcome to in our digital meeting. So I request you can start with your detailed introduction and then I'll interact with you next 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay, sir. My name is Uthara Ramakrishnan. I live in Calicut or Kozhikode in Kerala. I have been into the stockbroking business for the last 23 years. Presently, I'm associated with, I'm a business associate of Motilal Oswal Financial Services since 2006. That's about 14 years. Prior to that, we were associated with a Kerala-based broker called Peninsular Capital Market. Presently, our businesses, I'm happy to say, we are among the top 25 All India ranked in Motilal Oswal since 2006 for the last 14 years. And also that I am the only woman in almost the top 50 in Motilal Oswal. So
Congratulations.
then, thank you, sir. I have two direct offices. I have in Kozhikode and Cochin. Then I'm a master franchisee of Uthara Ramakrishnan. I have 7 other onward franchisees. Okay, regarding the business profile, we basically concentrate on equity, mutual funds. Then we also look into, okay, as the customer or the client needs, we look into fixed income like debentures, bonds, digital gold, all those products. I have a small other division which takes care of these small activities like PAN card, digital signature, TDS returns, IT returns, where I feel a client coming into my office can, even these small things we can give a comprehensive sort of a service within the office. So that is it. Yeah, about myself.
Good, very good. Nice to listen you. So as I understand, you started your journey 23 years before. Okay, so as a
Yes.
woman, okay, I would like to know because it is going to be inspirational and motivational video because today I always believe that every woman, okay, or every young girl should participate into the income generation over a period of she should generate the active income, and more important is basically having own independent identity. Okay, because end of the day,
Right.
creation of own independent identity and achieving the financial independence with this identity, it is a basically win-win situation. Okay, so what was the motivation 23 years before, almost in your you can say late 20, you started your independent brokerage business?
Actually, sir, when we started together, my husband and I just started together. But 5 years later, he moved on to another business, and I started taking care of this business. That is
Okay.
how we started.
Yes.
Yeah, but my family has been into this financial this thing. My father was a business person. He was also a bank chairman. My uncle is a bank chairman. We are basically a business family. My husband is into a business family. So from younger age itself, all the women in my family, my father encouraged us to work in our family business. Even today, even at this stage, my mother still works in our family business. So that was the encouragement that we should be financially independent. My father always encouraged me to be financially independent and understand to handle money ourselves. So that's why and it has been, I feel financial services is an industry or a service industry where women can really do very well. I mean, you don't have to travel so much today's technology. You can really do really well, and we see so many women being bank chairman. I wonder why not many women come into the financial services industry. Because initially it is difficult for everybody, but now I think we are reasonably established over the years. I think women should seriously consider in this industry.
Good, very good. So, may I know what kind of the challenges or struggle you encountered? Okay, when you took it over from your husband after 5 years, and basically, what are your journey and how you have converted this struggle and challenges into a successful entrepreneurship?
Yeah. See, culturally, there is a problem. Women, I'm sorry to say this, but some men are not very comfortable talking money to women. So initially there was some problem, but gradually they understood that okay, once we are committed into this business and they know that we are sincere, then they accept you. I mean, I don't blame them because they have not seen many women handling into the financial business. So gradually they accept you. I initially did have some problems, but my husband was there behind me to support me all the time. So that also helped. But over the years, some of the things that we have done in our business is that my employees, I treat them as my partners. I share my profits with them. So if I do well, they also do well. So I probably I will say the least attrition rate in the industry among the brokers around my all my managers have been with me more than 10, 15, 20 years. I have a very good team. If I'm not there in the office, they will take care. I mean, that is the kind of team I have. So, and we have built up good clientele over the years. We have a few thousand clients and a good AUM also. Nothing much. So we concentrated on service, nothing else. We just small little things. Uh, Whatever you promise, you try to do your best. If I can't do it, tell your client why you can't do it. These are the small things that we have done. That's all. But I'm happy where we have reached today. Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm happy to listen that your success story, and I'm sure that your success story will inspire many young women, those who are in age bracket of maybe between 20 to 40 to start their own journey. And today we are in digital age, so any business one can start digitally. Okay, and at least you can have a constructive time. Okay, you can say some kind of active productive time you can invest instead of just wasting your precious time. Okay, and end up
Absolutely.
with the
Yes.
right now impulse online or offline shoppings. Okay. Okay, now
Correct. Correct.
let move in our journey. So you have been into financial distribution, predominantly started with brokerage business and later into mutual fund since last 23 years. So what motivated to think about the CFP certification?
Um, I I actually it was one of my friends, Anirudh Kanoria, who I think who did the training with you.
Hmm.
He was the one just 2, 3 years back when one of our meetings in Mumbai. He's also a broker with the Motilal Oswal. He suggested this, and he told me, okay, I was like. He told me about you. He told me about the course, but initially I was quite apprehensive. And I was not sure at this age. Can I start something like professional course like this? Will I be able to complete it? But so I didn't take a decision for nearly 1 or 2 years. I was waiting on it. So my son has also started. He just recently joined me. So I thought, okay, maybe let him study. Why? I mean, I don't think I can pass the exam. But now, last 6 months, I have really. I mean, it has changed my this thing, and I feel if I need to go forward, I need to equip myself more. Now we are getting more and more business. We are getting bigger clients. I feel I have to be a little more, what do I say, qualified and have little more a larger perspective about the financial planning business. It's not just products; it's about planning. And my view itself has changed over the past few months, and I thought you are the right person where I should come to, and I should put in my best efforts to pass. I know it's difficult at beyond. Into the late 40s, you find it difficult. The retention power gets lower, but I am at least determined to go through it. I think I think I will pass. Let's see. Let me try my best.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sure. So, in fact, those who are above 40 plus, they must invest at least 2 to 3 hour time in learning, which will give you two
Correct.
benefit. One is that you will be and you will continue to be young also, because it says that when you do a brain exercise like physical exercise, it is like a brain exercise. New learning is like a brain exercise, so it will help you to keep oneself young. As well as we are into a digital disruption world. We know that 99 out of 100% those who are in age of 40 plus, or you can say 95 out of 100, example 5 people may likely to get a pension, but 95 are not going to get any fixed income from central or state government. So it is very important that definitely at one particular age you will have a retirement corpus. But if your physical health permits and if you have active in your profession, So you would be able to earn more in your 50s and 60s. And we have many examples that people, those who are example doctors or lawyer, or maybe a chartered accountant, or maybe architect, or maybe any businessman also. Okay, those who are in even 60, 70, because you have a 30, 40 years of experience. That experience you convert into the more earning. So that's how it's like a twin advantage. Someone who has completed his private sector job at age of 50 or 60, and now income is zero. He has to completely live on the that passive income corpus, as well as chances that he may not able to get into the full-time job even post retirement, or maybe he may not like to do some other job. So it is very difficult for him or her to basically pass his time. Here you have an advantage as an independent professional. Okay, good, very good. So I'm happy that you have thought of CFP certification. But I would like to know that what are the challenges? I'm just asking you before CFP journey, because you started last month, so 1 month is completed. So what kind of the challenges and struggle you are facing? So you thought that CFP certification can be a solution of that as an independent financial advisor?
Yes. I feel very few people have this sort or an idea that financial planning is required in the first place. Now, now the first challenge for me is going to be to make people understand that this is a need for them. They don't even understand that it is a need. Now we have, okay, suppose okay, now I understand, after I learn and I understand how to create a financial plan fully. Although I am equipped, but my customer may not realize that he needs it in the first place. So that is going to be the challenge, to make people understand that they need it. So to convince people that there is a need for it, because I see so many people where they have worked for long years in very good jobs, earning good incomes, and they're into, after 20 years, 25 years of their working experience, they hardly have anything left with them. When we are, it's not as if they're spendthrifts or they just, they wasted their money. But finally, when you see, there's nothing. I mean, if you ask them where did the money go, I mean, they just went off. That's all. So the save first, spend later. That is something people should understand, and it's such a simple philosophy and simple discipline which they follow. They can create so much of financial independence for them. So I am more and more and more into it. When I'm into this business, I feel we have to educate people about how important financial planning is for them, how simple it is to actually do it. It is not rocket science. Financial planning is not rocket science. It is just simple discipline. So that is also a feeling inside me that when I talk to people about financial planning, I should be first qualified. I mean, when I say I am a CFP, they probably that will have a little more weightage when I say it. So the essential need is to make people understand. For that, the CFP, of course, first thing that I will learn a lot of things. Secondly, when I say I am a CFP, probably people will accept me better. So that's going to be the biggest challenge, I feel, making people want it or understand that they need it. Yeah.
Okay. So now let continue our discussion. So as you have joined CFP coaching with me, okay, so there are predominantly two options are there. One is one can go with self-study because it is a professional certification. One can enroll directly with FPSB or some education provider. Okay, so why you have opted for Keyur, Shah versus self-study or other EPs?
Sir, self-study is very difficult for me, sir, because I would like to be trained, and it's not that, first of all, I am not a maths, this thing, okay, accounts we know, but there's a lot of, I would like to be trained by a professional. In anything, I feel when the professional teaches you in a structured manner, you understand better. Probably at a very young age, maybe I still feel. I mean, even if you're very young, it is always better to go with a professional trainer. If you try to learn it yourself, you're not going to get the essence of it. You might finally pass the exam, but that is not the requirement here. You should know how to actually apply it in your profession, how to actually deal with these concepts in real life situations. For all that, sir, you are telling us exactly, okay, in this situation, this is how you should do it. This is how you should approach your client. That is what is required. It is not just theoretical knowledge and using the calculator, finding the answers and passing the exam. That is not enough. So I'm happy that I enrolled with you, sir. I mean, just in this last 1 month, I have learned so many things, practical aspects. And there's one more thing that I need to say, that I've actually started. I'm writing a series in a leading Malayalam financial magazine called Dhanam. So they've requested me to write it. So I've just started last month. It's one what do I say, article per book. So so when they asked me to write, all the more I felt, oh, I should be equipped, or I should be qualified to write like that. It's not enough to have experience. You should also have the structured way approach to it. That's also one of the reasons. And just as last 1 month, I've been able to put in a lot of relevant points into my article. My last article was very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Yes.
Good. So may I know what are your key learning you have completed first month, okay, which is the, I can say 1/5 journey approximately, but what are your key learning as a, you can say a very senior professional, what are your value addition in your personal life and professional career?
Okay. The critical investments. I mean, that I have been handling this SIPs and all that. But the critical key learning, one point, if I should say, it has been the debt planning. I mean, that portion I felt was very, very critical. You have repeatedly said in that it is, don't get into a debt trap. That is, I felt was a extremely important thing. People get it very easily into a debt trap, buying things which are not needed, getting into high cost loans, and as you said, having assets which are not productive, but on one side paying high interest, where there are solutions to such problems. People don't look at that, and very easily they get into a debt trap. I think if you ask me one single learning from the last 1 month, it has been the debt planning aspect of it. I think that was very, very useful to me. In fact, 1 or 2 clients, when they came into the office, although they came in for some investment, I was able to talk to them into this and advise them. Okay, somebody made a big profit last week in something. So he asked me, so I said, do you have big high cost loans? So he said, yes. Yeah, I said, you go close that first. Don't do anything else. That is the first thing you should do. Don't buy anything with this money. So that came. This was not an aspect which I thought about earlier. I was only thinking about investment, but now I realize that planning is very much an important part of financial planning. That's one very important aspect I've learned in the last 1 month.
Good, very good. So message is very loud and clear. Okay, when you are a qualitative financial planner, okay, it is not about that plan their future, but at least help them into improve their present situation also. So when you do a qualitative debt planning, you help them to reduce their EMI, you help them into avoid the new loan if it is a bond base, you help them to reduce their lifestyle expense so they can pay more EMI per month and achieve their debt freedom in a shorter period of systematic way in 3 to 5 or 10 years period. And again, more advantage is that when you do a debt planning with client, okay, which is a EMI planning to the client, because many of time investor may not understand. So debt planning is about the how one investor family can free from taking a new loan, or if anyone has a existing loan, how they can complete their existing loan over a period of time in 3 to 5 years. So one is I will be taking a no loan in future, okay. Second, whatever the loan I have, I'll pay off in a 3 to 5 years, and once I achieve that situation, it is called the freedom from paying EMIs, or it is a debt freedom. So when you help client into a debt freedom, so it gives you immediate benefit. When you meet someone and someone is paying a housing loan of 9% and he doesn't know, okay, right now interest rate is reduced, but bank is not going to reduce by default because bank would like to have a more interest rate, so there is a more profit to the bank. So you have to educate, you have to go to the bank, okay, you can facilitate that client to go to do this necessary action, and that's how a client has reduced 1% interest. And suppose housing loan is 50 lakh rupees, which will help to save a 50,000 per annum interest rate. Okay, so now the client would be happy to pay you a 5-10,000 rupees even fee for debt restructuring. Many of time client have a personal loan. Okay, Now personal loan will cost you anywhere between 15 to 25%, or credit card loan, and if you have any securities with you or gold, you can get a loan against security or loan against property, or maybe gold loan, maybe in single digit interest rate. So that's how, by converting the unsecured loan to secured loan, client can easily save a 5 to 7%. Or if you have any fixed deposit, you can pay off that loan, okay, and then whatever the EMI you are saving, okay, you can use for the SIP or maybe RD also. So that's how, as a financial planner, if you start with your client debt planning, you are helping in this year only, and that's how you can create a more value in mind of the client. Okay, yes, it is a qualified planner. And today, one of the biggest tragedy, or you can say opportunity with financial planner, is that 99 out of 100 people are not talking about debt planning. Today, everyone is going with the SIP, everyone is going with that, how equity market can give you a higher return, but no one is educating client, you should first plan and achieve your debt freedom, and then you can plan according your SIP or investment to achieve your life goal, which are short term, medium term, long term good. So I am sure that this is the one critical learning will help you to help your client to plan and achieve their debt freedom, and that's how you will be having a more you can say strong relationship with your existing client, or they will be like to give a more wallet share also, because end of the day, many of them client might be doing a business with 3-4 distributors or advisors. Now I think that this advisor is more qualified and more educated. Why don't I should go with the more business to this one only? Nah? Why I should divide between 3-4? So we get a more wallet share, we'll get more trust, respect, and that's how it is like a building a relationship which will help us to get a more referral from client also. Okay, apart from debt planning, what are the 1 or 2 important key learning as a investor or as a professional?
It's about retirement planning. I mean, you just mentioned it in the beginning. Of course, we are getting into that, how important it is, and just about the importance of financial planning itself. Why a financial planner? I mean, it's a financial doctor. I mean, that concept I felt is very important. One thing you said, sir, that it really struck me, that if you have a physical disability or a physical problem, people realize it, and they immediately go to a doctor and do something about it. But if you have a financial sickness, people don't realize it in the first place. I mean, some symptoms, as you said, high what do I say, lifestyle expenses or high debt loans, or these sort of things, high EMIs, and these are symptoms of financial sickness. You know, slowly your financial health is going down, and that is where you come in as a financial planner. That is where your professional help is required. So the need for a financial planner itself. I mean, I think that point when you said that, I think that was a very crucial thing. That culture itself is not here in India. I understand that it is it is generally done in a lot of developed Western countries. But here, that concept of a financial, I don't think many people know that there are people like financial planners, professional planners, and who to go to. So that concept, I think it was a very valid point for me. What should a financial planner be basically doing? Yeah.
So now we always think that someone will build the culture, someone will build the that thought process. Okay, now as a senior professional, you are in business for last 20-25 years. Okay, so as a professional, it is our, or you can say as a good citizen, it is our duty also. It is not necessary that always we people feel that, okay, if I give some money to poor people or some needy people, okay, I am doing a good thing. One can do a great thing in their profession also. Suppose you have 1,000 odd client, if you can help them, not necessarily all 1,000 client can be basically completely educated or 70-80% educated, but even if you have created a 20-30%, 200 to 300 family, okay, almost 70-80% financially educated, and if they are following the financial discipline, so I am sure that 20-30 years later they will basically give you a big thank to you. Yes, we were financially illiterate, uneducated people, but because of your enthusiasm, because of your continuous support, your push has created financial discipline, and we took a you help them to took a right decision. So they may not understand in 2-3 years, but definitely down the line, 5-10 years, 20 years, they will basically respect, trust us. So I always believe that we have to be a change leader instead of waiting someone to become a change leader. Why you cannot be a change leader in Kerala and create a in your way, only limited to your customers, those who are connected with you or going to connected with you over a period of time. So if you can create that financial wisdom, or maybe create that logical thought process, so it is, we feel that yes, we have done something good for the society. And I'm sure
Very right, sir. Yes, very right. Yeah, I am actually taking this one step further, in the sense that I feel women, all the more, they need more financial awareness, because I, in my so many clients, unfortunately, I find that more than 95% of my clients are men. And although in my client list there are many ladies' names, none of them hardly take investment decisions or financial planning decisions. So women need a lot more. I mean, we need to do something about it. So I'm actually associated myself with another friend of mine, and there is a website called Her Money Talks, where women can come and discuss, or we give them a lot of inputs about financial planning, all aspects of financial planning. Now we are taking that venture forward. So I am involved in that also. So our mission is to see that women get more financial awareness. There are a lot of women who are earning, but they really don't know what to do with their money. They just give it to their husbands, then they do something. At the end of the day, when something at a critical juncture, they are at a loss. They really don't know what is there, what is where, and how to handle the situation. So financial independence, it's not about earning, it's financial independence. That's very, very important. So I'm trying on that line also. Yes.
Yes, I am sure that with help of the CFP certification journey, it will give you a lot of content. Till the time you have a very good experience, and definitely you have learned a lot of things, but it was unstructured. But CFP certification will give you a lot of structure and lot of depth on the subject matter, which will help you to create more financial education or more financial literacy in society, specifically in your native state in Kerala. Good, very good. So now, if we move further, so may I know that how did you use this your learning with your potential or existing client, and what are their feedback?
Yes. I one some it's been only a few clients where I have started. It's not many, but one very important client. I mean, they're coupled. They are both of them are doctors. They're both of them doing extremely well. They approached me and they asked me about, can you make a financial plan for us? So I from what little learning I had, and from my past experience, I made a plan for them, and they have decided to go ahead, and they were extremely happy that they said, we have been earning for a few years, and we are just putting this money into fixed deposit. We really didn't even think about retirement planning or anything like that. So they were extremely happy about it. So I've just made a start on these lines. As I told you earlier, all these years I've been selling products. I've not been doing financial planning. So I've just made a start. So I'm very happy that at least I'm able to talk on those lines to the client, and totally on a different approach altogether. This is what I have to do. I had this all in my mind all these years, that I have to finally this, because there should be a purpose in your profession. No? At the end of the day, it's not just about earning money. I have to feel that I'm doing something useful. So I wanted to be like this but I didn't know where to start, how to get there. But now I know this is the way to go forward. I'm totally convinced that I'm on the right path. Yes.
Good, very good. So I'm very happy that at this juncture, because I have seen that in our country, many leading IFA or maybe many professional working in corporate, okay, they feel that we speak to client full day about market and what are the opportunities. Okay, yes, you can speak to them, but first they must have their financial plan in ready. So today I see that in our country, 99 out of 100, okay, talk about the market, talk about the benefit of it, investing equity, uh, selection of particular stock, etc., or maybe many things. Okay, many experts come on television or maybe a webinar, but until we do not help client to construct their comprehensive financial plan, until we do not help them client to achieve their financial that freedom from paying EMI or debt freedom, okay, reducing lifestyle expenses. So whatever we are doing, it is a periphery. Right now, I feel that across the country, we are talking about a lot of things, but all 99% we are talking, which is a secondary. Nobody is talking about the primary, which is the need of the client. Everyone is catering the want of the client. Okay, how client can be a more profitable to the organization, instead of client can achieve their life goal. So I am sure that you have started the new beginning in right direction, and with your journey, okay, with your knowledge and skill set, your client will be benefited and they will be able to prepare their comprehensive financial plan. So I thank you very much for joining with me in digital meeting, okay, and basically sharing your story with all of us. So I'm sure it would give you a lot of motivation, inspiration to young women to start some independent career if they are only a housewife and sitting home in their 20s or 30s or 40 plus also. So anything, not about finance, but anything, something constructive which will helpful to create some productive activity and generate the income and be a financial achieve the financial independence. So what is your one last message you would like to give your existing client or potential clients, what they should basically do for their to create a better financial planning or to plan their finance well?
First of all, I think people should take out the fear that finance is something only for professionals who know about finance. Financial planning is something everybody should do. It is about it. It is not rocket science. Very simple. It is simple, very simple habits which they can develop from a very young age. If you earn 10 rupees, you first save 3 rupees, then only spend the balance 7. Even a small child will understand this. If you start practicing that from the beginning, you can be very what do I say, financially independent. And as long as you are doing well, you have the money with you, you may not realize the importance of financial planning, but you have to think about it of the times. Now all the more it is relevant, because now life expectancy is going I mean, in Kerala the average life expectancy is 75, so that means people are going to live by 85, 90, and the average working life might end at maybe 65 or so. So you have to plan for another 20, 25, 30 years of life after your active working life. What are you going to do with it? And inflation is not a fancy statistical term which you read in the newspapers. It is something which affects you a day in and day out, that most people don't realize that. So it is just simple discipline, simple habits, and a basic understanding of what of the different avenues that you have. That's it. And it is a must for everybody. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Yeah.
Okay, and what is one message to your community, specifically those who are independent advisor, mutual fund distributor, or maybe a stockbroker?
So managing a business is a marathon. It's not a 100-meter sprint. You have to have your client with you for at least for the next 10 years. So don't advise them for thinking about the next month's revenue. Think about how your client can stay with you for the next 10 years or 15 years. Unless the client is happy, unless the client makes money, unless the client knows that it is good for him to stay with you, he is not going to stay with you. So don't give unsustainable promises. Just be realistic with them, be truthful to them. There is no substitute for integrity. There is no substitute for hard work. There is no substitute for good service. These are the small things which everybody can understand. But do it day in and day out for years together. And at the end of the day, you have to keep your word. People have to trust you. Trust is everything. Particularly in financial business, trust is everything. They are coming to you with their hard-earned money. So, I mean, just keep your word. Always think about it in the long term. Have a 10-year, 15-year. Think about that. Don't think about the next month. So that way your business can move forward. Yes. Create a team. It's important.
Good. So I'm sure that your digital meeting, or you can say your discussion and your learning will be helpful to many of your potential or existing investor to take a more qualitative financial wellness planning decision. And I'm sure that those who are IFA or stockbroker listening, they also realize that you shared about all stuff like long-term thought process, or maybe integrity, or maybe a client-centric, but same time you need to pursue you can say necessary professional certification to provide high quality advice, because end of the day today there are many advisors are there, many or maybe thousands advisors that they are following all the good thing, but even though they are struggling because they do not have that age of knowledge with them. And when you don't have that age of knowledge, okay, client feel that these are you are giving me, which is the like a commodity services. Today if I have a broadband connection, okay, so I expect 24/7 service from that broadband connection. Okay, so it is a commodity is happened. But suppose if I want to create a real advisory, then I need to be into consultation role. So to provide this advisory and consultation, definitely I must be having the age on the knowledge. Definitely there could be 100 ways to basically plan and achieve the age on the knowledge and skill set. CFP certification can be one of the way to the IFA or stockbroker to diversify their clients business, or you can say proper prepare the financial plan, so they can educate client to diversify into their investment into a mutual fund, or into a stock market, or into a even small saving schemes. And that's how it would be win-win situation for the clients and the stockbrokers. So I thank you very much, Uthara ji, for sharing your story. And this is the beginning. I'm sure that he will be doing every month this kind of activity, so you also get a momentum to continue your study, and you can also ensure the better and higher quality financial education to your clients. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
It was pleasure to connect with you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, sir. Bye.